name's Joe Stewart. I'm doing my speech on Native American Indian artifacts found in the Ohio River Valley. I'm going to do everything from prehistoric to historic. I'm going to start with prehistoric. Prehistoric Indians were the Paleos, the Adena, and the Hopewell. The Paleos were the first prehistoric Indians to be in this area. They really didn't, their artifacts, you can tell the difference because the Adena and Hopewell took more time in their artifacts, put a lot more effort, as it appeared, into their artifacts. And they collected this flint from all over the place, from Flint Ridge and from Coshocton, and there's even a Delaware flint. Flint Ridge flint is your more jewel flint. It's got a shinier coat to it. Looks more like glass. Your Coshocton flint is usually black, like real black flint, and your Delaware flint's a real dull, usually a gray color. They took this flint and they would kind of fire it, which made it real hard and real kind of brittle. And some of them would use an antler to form the artifacts and a piece of leather in their hand, and some of them would use rocks and just chip away at it until they got the shape that they wanted. They also used rocks such as granite, real hard stone. This is what you call a 3/4 groove hammerstone, and they would put a stick on between the grooves on it and use it basically for a hammer. And this is also made out of granite, and this is an axe. It's got a real flat top to it, and once again the 3/4 grooved. They would also put a stick on this and use it. They also had pieces known as ceremonial pieces, which ceremonial pieces they use in burials and if something great happened, if they won a great victory, or if they won, they got more land, or stuff like that. Now I'm going to take you into, the Olentangy River they used to call the River of Red-Faced Man. Now collecting these artifacts, you generally look towards to where a river is. A river is always a good spot, a good natural river. And in the hills around the river and where it slopes down is mainly where you're going to find them. I mean, you'll find them other places too. That's just a good place to start to look. Generally on top of hills where the water washes down and uncovers them. It's farmers that are uncovering them, and they run their farm equipment through these fields. It uncovers these artifacts that have been, covered underground for thousands and thousands of years. But now I'm going to go into the historic Indians, and the historic Indians were like the Wyandot and the Delaware and the Shawnee. They kind of left flint behind and started using steel. Steel in which they traded to the French for. The French came down out of the north, and they kind of got together and started trading. They would trade their pelts and stuff that the French found valuable, or the steel that they would make. Now they replaced their axe, their rock axe, with a steel axe. And basically, it made a whole new ball game. Made it so that they had all new tools to deal with. They had all new, their arrows would be made out of. They would have a steel point on it instead of a flint point. A flint point you shoot a couple times, shoot once, and if it breaks, it's done. A steel point you can reuse and just put a new shaft on it. And the arrows, I don't have my arrow here, which I did last time, but their arrows they would take and carve down take sticks and attach points onto it, and then wrap feathers and sinew. Sinew is a string they made out of animal parts. Mainly, it's the string that holds the ligaments in place. And after they started trading with the French, more and more settlers came, and this land became overruled with white people, white guys, white men. And the Indians were forced onto reservations, and in conclusion, I really enjoy hunting artifacts. I've done it for most of my life, and I'm going to continue doing it. Any questions?
Do they use most of those for hunting?
No, a lot of them, like your smaller ones, like your 3/4 of an inch arrowheads were used for, they were your actual arrowheads. Most stuff bigger than that was used for knives. Like even stuff as small as, even pieces that were that big, were mainly used for a knife. They would attach sticks to it and, make it like a real knife. More questions?
You said they had like drill bits or something. What did they use the drill bits?
They use the drills to drill through wood to attach things to drill through basically anything they wanted to drill through. They would also take a drill and have a drill. I have one example of it right here, and it's got a knife on one side and a drill on the other, and you can just tell that would probably have been a real commonly used tool.
Probably use those tools every day, didn't they?
Every single day. That's how they survived. They used them to survive. They used them to do just about anything they wanted to do with. This pretty much concludes my speech. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoy it.